Well, I can't say how excited I am to sit here with Mr. Roberts, the brother from St. Louis. We're in DC, and he took time out of his busy schedule to sit with me and talk about what he's doing, how he's doing it. I don't even know how he does it. So please, Mr. Roberts, please take the mic. I'm just going to be quiet right here.
Thank you very much. You've created a program that's visionary, it has purpose, and most importantly, it's a tremendous amount of passion, not just from you, but from the other men who have become a part of your organization. I being one of those.
Yes.
And I'll just add that as a businessman, as an entrepreneur, as a capitalist, who's spent my life building businesses, creating jobs for people, over 11,000 jobs, and having owned TV stations, hotels, shopping centers, taking companies public. None of that is as important as how do we leave the type of legacy and direction and examples for young men coming up. I emphasize young men because too often our young men are without fathers, they're without male images in the community, and to be to create a program such as yours, that made man is one that is particularly strong. They say that clothes makes the man, and you have done exactly that. What you've done is you're asking us to provide suits, slightly more suits, so that young men in high school can get an appreciation for it. I spoke on your behalf on a radio station the other day, and one of the things I said was, if I were to go out for football, and everybody on the football field has a helmet, pads, cleats, uniform, and I go out and I'm in a jogging suit, I'm already at a disadvantage.
Yes.
So if we are able to uniform these young men, as your vision calls for, and mentor them, as we're doing in the high schools, programs that you've encouraged us to be a part of, that can change an individual's life overnight, very quickly. And it's important to stay in touch. Now, we have these great events, and the question becomes, how do we sustain after that? I sat with Mr. Louis Farrakhan 2 months after the Million Man March. And one of the big questions then was, what's next?
What's next?
And so what we found was that there were individuals who began to create chapters within their cities to mentor young men. So you're planting the seed. Now what we have to do is have a number of the folks who are involved in this to go into their own communities and take a leadership role. And when they do that, it'll just mushroom, and it'll grow, and it'll develop, and cause our young men to become strong, solid, community interested, good working entrepreneurs and businessmen.
Yes.
And the types of folks that you've selected, the men that you've selected to be in this great organization, are all success stories. And frankly, I've met several of them, and they're all excited about, at whatever level they may enter the program, they're all successful. And they're particularly excited because they needed a route. They needed an avenue. They needed a way to get back to the community and serve and assist the young men. So with that, I want to congratulate you again, Connie, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of it as well. And I'm looking forward to seeing this continue to grow. As I understand it, not only are you in multiple cities in the United States, I think over 12, but now you're branching out into London and that area, and I think that that's fantastic. I just left a meeting with the ambassador from Ghana. He and I just spent about an hour together at his office. So, with your permission, I'll suggest to him that maybe we should also look at one in Accra.
I would love so. I would love it.
Yes.
I'm so blown away by the fact that not only are you tremendously successful, you're incredibly accessible. I mean, this man, if you don't know who he is, please Google him. Him and his family have made incredible footprints. And every time I call him, he picks up and says, how can I help? What can I do? And if you know who he is, you can't imagine how he finds time multiple companies, billions of dollars. From Obama to everyone, they're one phone call away for you. How do you find time to still stay so connected and do so much? I mean,
Well,
what does that look like? It's almost superhuman.
let me just put it this way. I wrote a book. It's called Action Has No Season. It's the strategies and secrets of gaining wealth and authority. Every day when you wake up, you give it 84,700 seconds. Okay? And that should ring a bell. Why? Because the moment you think of the moment, it's already gone. So if we consider that the moment in which we live, we have to explore everything we can. We don't need to lament on problems in the past. We don't need to be concerned about those things. They're in the past.
Yes.
And I always tell people, what would your life be like if you could eliminate the fear of failure? And the fear being just a mental construct. It's
Right.
not nature. It doesn't really exist. So you were born without it. You just added it.
That's true.
So that means you can get rid of it. Second word, failure. I say to you, there's no such thing as failure. And then you might ask, why do I say that? I say that because if you end up in a business that doesn't make it, or you end up in a divorce, or if you end up in a situation that wasn't your plan, actually all you have is an experience where the outcome wasn't as you would have liked. It was an experience. You learn from it. Perhaps you won't repeat a challenge that you had in the past because you faced it. And you're still alive, you're still moving along. So it really wasn't failure, it was just a learning experience.
Exactly.
And so if you maintain a positive mindset, if you allow yourself to enjoy those seconds in a day, then you can do almost anything at any point in time. I mean, as you call me, you speak, why wouldn't I speak to you? If I call you, you would speak to me. So, but I mean, same thing is true with the multiple businesses. They're like planting seeds. I've had over 100 companies, and like I said, it's been a great experience, and I'm prepared to give my knowledge back through my book, Action Has No Season, and we're creating the Actionaire series.
Yeah, it's a consortium.
That's right, the consortium.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there's going to be a group of seminars based on my book and the title points inside of my chapters, and it's going to be interesting. Also, I'm moving our people into understanding the blockchain, cryptocurrency, futuristic businesses that are really just about here, but we're still sleeping. And we have to be more futuristic in our mindset and our life. That will allow us to make more money and become more successful.
Wow. So, just one question that I want to ask you. I mean, we look to you for guidance because you've done so much, and we want to be some part of that. Who do you look to when you hit your blocks? Who do you look to for guidance? Who inspires you? How do you get your energy to keep going? Because I know everyone's pulling at you all day long. How do you keep going?
Well, I don't know.
That's
but I
that's
can
the truth.
tell you that as an actionaire, as an existentialist, I don't really linger on things that can slow me up.
Yes.
I may process them and think through them, but I tend to, build good relationships with other people. I may bounce ideas around, or I'll release my idea and let them develop it, and then I come back in. So it's one of those lives that is different for me. I just enjoy what I do. I've never worked a day in my life because I enjoy what I do. So by allowing me to be open and free and to be creative, I just look at myself. I look at everything. I don't need to have other people confirm what I'm doing necessarily.
Wow.
I can do it on my own.
I love it. If you were to look at your 14-year-old self, what one word, just one word would you tell yourself? You.
If I were looking at myself at the age of 14 or someone was thinking, well, I would say that, have you ever thought of having your own business? What have you done to build a work ethic within your own lifestyle? I mean, whether it's selling newspapers or or something even more exciting. And today, at the age of 14, I probably be on the internet making millions of dollars because most of those kids are, they're creating games and concepts that are very successful, in my opinion, very successful.
So a different perception of fear, a different perception of failure, and a different perception of looking within for your own strength. And that those are the things that
Right.
keeps you going.
And one other thing is, you know how people say think outside the box.
Yeah.
Well, see, I always tell people if they tell me they do, I'm going to spank them. Why? Because if you're thinking outside the box, that presumes you've placed yourself in a box.
That naturally happens, doesn't it? Just like fear. It happens, and then don't you have to pull yourself back out of it?
Well, if you allow yourself to get in it, then you have to pull yourself out of it, of
Right.
course. Or if you take a position, there's no such thing as a box anyway, and on the horizon, all you can do is shoot as high as you
There's
can
no
and go
box.
for it. There's no box.
There's no ceiling.
There never has been. So basically, an actionary is one who takes, that word is one that I coined and created. But it's one who takes their ideas, their dreams, their vision, and their passion, and they pursue them with courage and confidence and bravado. So, to that extent, I think we have, more actionaries being developed, and I want really, within your program, to create the actionary concept so that our young people have a different kind of a mission, so that every day when they wake up, I'm really concerned about one thing, and here's what I think we should do to change. When people say, have a nice day, what does that mean? You see, I've come up with something completely different. I always tell when I'm speaking to the audiences, let's change that. And let's say, have an achieving day.
There's an action to that day.
There you go. There's something connected to achieving something. But have a nice day, what is that? That's kind of a
It's so
simplistic-
subjective.
It
Yes.
doesn't, it's a passing little thing to say goodbye. But the reality is, but if you say, hey, have an achieving day, then all of a sudden it's like, what am I going to achieve today? What can I do to achieve? So let's have that as part of our mantra as well. Quote from Dr. Roberts, have an achieving day. And let's all be actionaries. Let's be no box thinkers. Let's eliminate the fear of failure. And let's go with passion, courage, and bravado after everything we do. Let's give up the concept of, being mediocre. And let's become very super and very special. I think that's what will make all the difference in one's life once they move out of that mediocrity, mediocre
Mindset.
kind of mindset.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you've heard it all. I'm in awe. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I'm moved. You're profound. Have an awesome, achievable day.
Achieving day. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
What a blessing.